Welcome to the fourth and final part of our text functions guide. In this section, we'll wrap up by covering the remaining text functions that will help you fully master text manipulation in Engini. If you've followed along so far, you're almost there. Let's dive into the last set of text functions. Let's start with the reverse Hebrew text function. This function reverses the characters of a given Hebrew text, which is especially useful if the text is stored in reverse order and needs to be corrected for display. For example, if we use reverse Hebrew text on the Hebrew word shalom, the function should return shalom in reverse letters. Let's test this by reversing the word. After saving and testing, the result is just as expected. Now let's talk about the GUID function. This function generates a new unique identifier. It's useful when you need a unique, non-repeating ID, such as for API keys, session identifiers, or other cases where data integrity is important. Let's try generating a new GUID. After saving and testing, the result will be a unique identifier, perfect for ensuring uniqueness in your system. Let's look at the CREATEHTMLLINK function. This function is frequently used in scenarios where we send emails that contain HTML content. It's particularly useful when working with the compose HTML activity, which allows you to generate formatted emails. The function takes two parameters: the clickable text and the URL it points to. For example, if we want to Wikipedia to link to the Wikipedia site, the function will create a clickable link. Let's test this. After saving and testing, the result will be a link that says to Wikipedia. Now, let's move on to the STRINGISNULLOREMPTY function. This function checks whether a given string is either empty or null, and returns a true or false value based on the result. It's particularly useful when you need to ensure that your string contains valid content. For example, if we pass the string ERP is defined as enterprise resource planning into STRINGISNULLOREMPTY, the function will check whether the string is empty or null. Since the string contains a sentence, it's neither null nor empty, so the function will return false. After saving and testing, the result is as expected. Next, let's explore the LINEFEED function. This function inserts a control character that marks the end of a line, making it useful for formatting text across multiple lines, especially when displaying text in various environments. It works very similarly to the newLine function. For example, if we use the LINEFEED function within the concat function to combine the words first and second, it will insert a line break between them. The result will display the word first on the first line and second on the second line. Let's test this by using the LINEFEED function. After saving and testing, the output indeed appears on two separate lines. Next, let's explore the GETMIMETYPE function. MIME types serve as identifiers that specify the format of a file. This function returns the MIME type associated with a given file extension. This function is essential for determining the correct MIME type based on a file's extension, ensuring proper handling and display across different applications and environments. For example, if we use the GETMIMETYPE function with the file extension PNG, it will return the corresponding MIME type. In this case, the output is image/PNG. Let's try it. After saving and testing, the result is just as expected. Next, let's explore the CARRIAGERETURN function. This function, commonly used in legacy systems, moves the cursor to the beginning of the line, similar to using the \r escape character. It doesn't break the line, but allows overwriting the existing text on the same line. For example, if we use the CARRIAGERETURN function inside the concat function, it places second after first on the same line and moves the cursor to the start. Let's test this by using the CARRIAGERETURN function. After saving and testing, the output indeed shows first, second on the same line with the cursor at the beginning of the line. Next, let's explore the PRIORITYHEBCONVERT function. This function converts text to its corresponding form in the database. It takes two parameters. The first is a string, and the second is the type of column in the database, which can either be char or rchar. You would typically use this function in the following cases: when the string is written in Hebrew and the column type is char, or when the string is written in English and the column type is rchar. For example, if we use the PRIORITYHEBCONVERT function with the parameters Sarah and rchar, It will reverse the order of the letters in the database. The output will be ERES. Let's test this by using the PRIORITYHEBCONVERT function. After saving and testing, the output indeed shows the string in reverse order. Next, let's explore the FILELENGTH function. This function returns the length of a file in bytes, converted from a given base 64 string. For example, if you have a base 64 string representing a file like this, and you use the FILELENGTH function, it will return 17.0, indicating that the original file is 17 bytes in size. Let's test this by using the FILELENGTH function. After saving and testing, the output indeed shows that the file size is 17 bytes as we expected. That's it for our text functions guide. Thanks for watching, and I hope this series helped you master text handling. Stay tuned for more tutorials, and see you next time.